Today I am, I don't even know what I'm doing. Today I am making something that you already know what it is because it was in the thumbnail and the title. And I'm gonna make that. It's the World Serpent from God of War. I've got a very basic plan. I've put almost no thought into what I'm actually about to do. First I gotta figure out how I'm even gonna support this thing. Okay, so I'm thinking I get like a long, it doesn't have to be that long, like a 1x1 wooden square dowel, and chop it up into some like relatively small pieces, but like cut angled so that way I can sort of screw them together and it kind of curves off and makes the general shape that I want. Yeah, to the store. Oh, I don't even know what I'm looking for right now. I also got a saw. Alright, for the record, I have no idea what I'm doing. Don't try this at home without adult supervision. I happen to be an adult, so I don't need supervision. I've got all 8 pieces now made into the shape-ish. And now I'm going to drill holes through all of them to run wire up through this section because I want to make the eyes light up. Okay, I've got the holes in all of them. They're relatively lined up. Screw them together. Got a bunch of little screws. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's going to be very crude. Yeah? Oh yeah, that's sturdy enough. I did it. So all the holes that I drilled should be relatively lined up when I want to run it. Damn. I don't know if you can see this. I think it looks pretty good. Snake-like. Now I'm just gonna cover it in clay. I'm gonna give it like a nice, probably like 1/4 inch thick layer of clay just around the whole thing. It's done. Done. I mean, I put clay all over it. Didn't really show the process because it was mostly just a lot of sexually suggestive rubbing. But it's done. Now I get to start going in and actually adding all the details. So I'm gonna start with the face because I feel like that's gonna be the hardest part, and then I think by the time I'm done with the face and we get to the rest of the body, it'll be sort of repetitive by then. I'm just gonna start with the nostrils and sort of just work out from there. He's got ears? He's got ears. So I have the very basic features mapped out, and I already started sort of putting all the detail in on this side, and I think this is looking pretty good. So now I just have to do that for the rest of the entire thing. I think the face, ignore this, I think the face looks pretty awesome. I've still got the rest of the body to do, and you can see that I sort of gridded out where the scales are gonna go. I've just gotta do a lot of scales. I'm about 1/3 of the way done with the scales. As you can see, it's taking absolutely forever, but it does look kind of cool. Was it worth it? I don't know. I did it. Oh god. The scales are finally done. This only took me so long because I have the attention span of a goldfish. 1 minute I'm working, the next minute I'm on TikTok watching part 36 of the entire Cars movie. Now we get to make the base. Now here's the plan. A circular piece of wood and some not circular pieces of wood soaking in water that I forgot about and has been soaking for a couple days. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. So the plan is to take this, I'm just going to bend it into the shape of the circle, and I'm going to make it hold its shape by using an embroidery ring, or at least half of it, that happens to be perfectly sized for this. And we're going to hope this works. I just need it to be smooth now. So it's like close. That's like pretty close. Alright, so I put some wires to squeeze it into shape. It's like almost a circle. It's almost a circle. And that's good enough for me. So I'm just gonna leave it to dry now. Over here on the floor. And while we wait for that, we can paint. I can paint. You're not gonna do any painting. I can paint the World Serpent. The actual thing. Let me go get that now. It should be cooled off by now. Haha, psych, I didn't go get it. It was right here on the floor. So it's done. I can grab it. It's solid. Very cool. Looks pretty cool. And now we get to start painting. I lied. I need to do the eyes first. And you can see here I've got two little LEDs wired up, kind of. And those two LEDs are going to go in the two eyes. And then hopefully I can wire it through. And this should work. You might be wondering why I have a ping pong ball. It's because I'm going to try and make sort of like contact lenses, essentially, out of some UV resin that I have. Some UV resin and a UV light. I broke it. I'm going to like drop a little bit on the ping pong ball, try to solidify it as quickly as possible, and hope that I get a nice little contact lens type thing. I'm going to paint the inside of it so that way when the light's on the other side, sort of shines through and it looks like an eyeball. Okay, so I'm going to drill two holes, or not two holes, I'm going to drill one hole through the eye, out the other. Ignore these two holes because I'm not even going to use them. And then I'm going to drill holes directly under the eyes coming out the bottom because this dude has these dangly things that are really long. So what if, you know, some were just really long and they just went down to the bottom and then I kind of like made them look normal. I think I can make it look normal and then it'll just come out, go through the base, and then towards the battery pack, wherever I decide to put that. Yep, that's the plan. I did it. I need to bring you over here actually. So I did it. You can see I got the lights in both the eyes and I've got wires coming out under its neck. I also broke this off. It's right here. Ta-da. I'll glue it back on later. But first, we gotta see if this even works now after all that. Lights are in, somehow. So now we get to try that thing I said earlier. Trying to make a little contact lens out of UV resin. I fully expect this to go terribly. I've done exactly zero research. We're just gonna hold it. Just drip on, you know. There we go. I think it's kind of working. It might be a little too thick. Don't worry, we can try again. All right. I don't know how well you can see this at all, but it's like a little contact lens. It's probably way too big, honestly. Smaller by quite a bit and flatter. Still fucking huge. Okay. Third time's a charm. Yeah. I don't know. It's really small. Yeah. Just a second one of these. Now I'm going to paint the inside of them and leave some of it see-through so that way the light comes through. And hopefully I get the effect that I'm trying to get. Moment of truth. Gasp. Eventually this will be like a proper Switch. It looks way cooler in person. It looks awesome in person. Now I can start painting it. If I seem like I'm still half asleep, it's because I just woke up and I am still half asleep. Okay, I've got some paints, a jar of brushes, and I'm ready. Alright, I think it looks pretty sick. Now the only thing left is mossy beard. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do this, but I have an idea. So here's my idea. So I've got all this really coarse twine, and when you undo the ends, it sort of becomes like hair. And if you do it enough and then paint it, it'll look something like that. So my idea is to cut a bunch of pieces, glue them on here, undo them all, and then paint them so I get this everywhere. And then we'll put the longer pieces in after that. Now that that's done, we can start on the base, which I conveniently already glued down when you weren't looking. So we can take this thing off and hopefully it doesn't fall apart. It's not a perfect circle. It's off the edges in a few spots, but for the most part, it's like good enough. A little bit of sanding, no one will ever be able to tell. So let's do that little bit of sanding. Alright, the base is done and painted, and now I just got to attach it, and then pour the resin, and then it should be like basically done. I don't know how to do this. Just gotta line up the screw in this hole. That's okay. It's on there. It's actually worked out perfectly for the little boat. It's resin time. I'm kind of scared though, because I know it's gonna leak from somewhere. I guess I'm just going for it. I wasn't expecting so much to come out so quickly. A lot of UV light here until this whole thing is solid. I remember this guy, my little tiny, terribly done little father and son. I don't know if you could see that. You'll see it in the close up. It's not very good. It's not even important anyway. I'm gonna go through and make sure I make all of it solid. Then I'm gonna go through, make some ripples with the stuff. And then you're gonna get, oh shit. And then I'll show you the final product in a big, epic reveal. Before that, I just want to say this is the first time I've done a video like this. So if you enjoyed, please let me know. Like, comment, do all that fun stuff for me. If you want to. If you don't want to, then just don't do it. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.